Tim Panasic for Gibbons Motor Toys. Today we're going to show you the Stabicraft 1450 Frontier. So Stabicraft builds two 14.5-foot models. One is a tiller version, which they call the Explorer, and the other one is the Frontier that we're showing you today. The difference being it's got the side console, as I mentioned. As far as the hulls, they're virtually identical. So we'll just go through this one completely though, so we're not missing anything. Like every Stabicraft hull, the biggest thing to understand is that even though this is only a 14.5-foot boat, it's really a 14.5-foot boat on serious steroids. From a safety aspect, this boat, you're going to be comfortable taking it into big water, whether that's fresh water or the salt chuck. If you look at the V on the bottom, this has got a 15-degree dead rise with a nice deep V. It's going to give you a smooth ride, and like every Stabicraft boat, it's going to give you lots of stability, whether that's crashing through waves, landing after you hit a wave sideways, whatever it may be. The boat's going to land flat in most cases, and it's going to be stable at rest. You can see the large reverse chines on the bottom, and that's part of the makeup of the aero pontoon system. So like every Stabicraft boat, there's 3 separate chambers of air. So we've got a front chamber and 2 side chambers. And what that does is it gives the same effect as an inflatable boat. And that's why when the boat's particularly at rest in rough water, there's a lot less rocking motion to it. The obvious advantage there is that it's just more comfortable to fish from. And if there's anybody in the group that tends to get seasick, on all Stabicraft boats, that's going to be something that people are going to be very pleased with, is just how much more comfortable and how much longer you can stay on the water without having people get seasick because of that extra stability. This boat's got what's called stage 2 paint. So it's painted, it's got the gunnels painted, and it's got the full side paint. Stage 1 would be basically half paint and the gunnels, and then stage 3 gives you more of the transom and interior as well as what you see here. You can see the bow rails on this boat. This has got the optional trolling motor plate for an electric motor. We'll show you more of this as we get inside the boat. As you look down the sides of the boat, you can see that you got the double rub rail here. And what you've got is just a very, very strong, robust hull. As I said, designed for extreme water for this size of a boat. As you get to the transom, on the 14-foot series, we don't have electric bilge pumps in here, but what we have is we have sculpers. So there is a drain plug on in the inside of the boat. But if you're dealing with lots of fish, or even if you're just cleaning your boat, if any water in that boat, as soon as you get up on step, if you remove that drain plug, the sculpers are going to not allow really any water inside, but it's going to self-bail as soon as you're on step. The other 3 plugs here are for the air chambers. And the best practice there is you have those plugs undone when the boat's out of the water. That just allows the air pressures to remain equal. Obviously, those plugs get installed before launching. You can see the welded on transom plates on the back. This has got the optional swim ladder with step on the transom. And again, as with every Stabicraft boat, these transoms are designed for backing up. So this is virtually true with all Stabicraft boats. The ability to back up into the waves, into the wind, or whether you're docking, the steerability of the boat is almost as good as when you're going forward. Most hulls, when you back up, once the stern starts to go in a direction, you can have the engine cranked in that direction, it'll initiate that, but then typically what will happen is you go to steer the other direction and the hull will just continue in the opposite direction of what the engine is turned. With the Stabicraft boats, they actually do follow the direction of the engine. This has got a 50 horsepower Mercury on it. It's got what we call the command thrust lower unit. So the lower unit on this engine is actually the same size as what you'd have on the Mercury 75, 90, or 115, just with a lower gear ratio. The advantage to that is you got a larger diameter prop. It's got more bite in the water. It gives you better boat control, whether you're loading on the trailer, whether you're docking, whether you're in forward or reverse. And the real nice part about it is it actually even gives you more top end performance. 50 horsepower is the maximum horsepower on the side console version. 40 horsepower is the maximum horsepower on the tiller version. So this step makes it really easy for egress and ingress, whether you're on shore, on the trailer, or even if you're swimming. So basically, I can just easily step up here and into the boat. The other thing I want to point out is that there's two things with this transom. Number one is you can see we got the high backsplash here. So when you are backing up into waves and such, that water is being held outside the boat. The other thing that we should probably mention is the fishability. 14.5-foot boat, in my opinion, this has about the same amount of fishing space as a comparable 16 to 17-foot boat. And here's why. This is all usable space. I could be back here landing fish. I've even got this, again, the swim step back here to even extend that even further. So this is all useful space back here. And it's not like it's awkward to walk around here. Very easy to step in and out of the main cockpit to the aft transom there to utilize the full space of the boat. And the same thing is true with the wide gunnels. You can literally be standing on these gunnels anywhere, and we'll show you more of that as we hop inside the boat. You can see that we've got, there's a battery switch here for shutting off all the accessories when you're not, when you leave the boat. And as far as you can see where the fuel tank, the battery storage, everything is there out of the way. So we're utilizing the boat to the best of its ability. We always talk about the extra wide gunnels on a Stabicraft, whether you're utilizing them for sitting on, standing on, and also the significant storage space that you get in here. So that's something that you really got to consider with these boats, is that your floor can be kept fairly clean because of all the material that you can store in the side gunnels. It really takes the mess off the floor. This has got an optional Icy Tech cooler in here. This is just loose. You can put it wherever you want. We've got seating squabs on there, so it's just really for extra seating, ice storage, and of course fish storage. As for operating this boat, control, helm, and seating is all very comfortable, really easy to see everything. You got lots of room here to put whatever fish sonars you want on there that's going to be compatible to what you want to add to the boat. As far as ability to steer and fish, this does have a swivel seat, so you can literally put the seat sideways, you can steer, you can keep an eye on your rods, and you're right here on top of your gear, which is really nice for fishing. As we look towards the bow of the boat, one thing I should have mentioned is this does have the U-deck flooring option. So basically, if you look at all your horizontal surfaces, the gunnels, everything in the bow area here, the floor, makes it really comfortable. Whether you're bare feet, shoes on, you got really good grip and traction. And look at your seating areas. You could also sit anywhere in this boat along here. You got room for literally 2 people on each side. You've got the front bow area here. You've got storage for your battery, for your electric motor, if you choose to add the electric motor to it. These vertical rod holders that are built in here are awesome. Didn't really talk about it, but if we look at the gunnels, the boat comes with 4 rod holders. So these rod holders are basically 45-degree angles off the side. If you look at the rear rod holders that are built in, they're straight back, along with cup holders and the multi-tool holders. So you've got really a high-tech fishing boat right off the get-go without having to bolt on extra rod storage, etc. The other thing is, we talked about how stable the boats are. You can absolutely enjoy this front casting platform. And where are you going to get this on a 14.5-foot boat? Really, this is a good large working area. And if you do have an electric motor there, you got lots of room to have a foot pedal here or a remote in your pocket. But this just really gives you a really great place to be able to see see the water from an elevation standpoint. Also, there is an anchor roller up here. You've got a tie-off cleat. So if you choose to be anchoring, you can deal with your anchor here in a really easy way. First thing this spring, our goal is to get this out on the water and do our complete full water test specs so that we can have that listed for you on the website. As with any of our boats, of course, check our website, Stabicraft's website. You're going to see all the specs, all the standard features. Our website will show you the options that are included in this boat for the money. Hopefully this video helped you understand the 1450 Frontier a whole lot better. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.